Hello, my friends. Hi, Nina. Hi, Christina. Hi, Cherry. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Tuesday night painting. My name is Angela, and I am the owner and creative energy from Elfen and Helden. I'm a premier retailer for Dixiebel, and on every Tuesday night. Well, it is Tuesday night for me because over here, Halle Sabine. Over here, it is already 9 p.m. So when you join me, just let me know where you're watching from and say hi to me. That'll be great. I really appreciate everybody of you being here and joining me. If you haven't done it yet, please pop over to my page and leave me a like there. That'll be absolutely fantastic. Hi, Dixiebel. Hi, Mona. Hi, Peggy. Hi, Terry. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments also. I will try to answer that straight away. And if not, hello, Manzua. Thank you for joining me. If I'm not doing it straight away, I will do that basically later or tomorrow, as it is pretty late over here. Okay, this is still my kitchen. We started with a color scheme I didn't really like. So I swapped it, and I'm gonna go for the green, like a little bit of rustic look, foresty look and stuff like that. And today we wanna apply some sunflowers from the IODs, and I'm going to blend them in a little bit because I want to have a stem going down, and the stem which is in here is not going to go right down to the bottom, so we're going to do that. And then I want to grunge that a little more up with some black Bastang wax. And prepared, we had the whole thing with slick stick first, because this is like one of those IKEA kitchens, very slippery, slick surface, no real wood. So this was slick sticked, and had 2 coats of the greens. And the greens we've used, or I've used anyway, was Kutsu by Dixiebel chalk mineral paint. I've used the evergreen from Dixiebel chalk mineral paint. I've used the colored greens, which is just like darkening up those edges up here, as you can see. And just to put like a tiny little bit of a highlight in there, I've used the Rebel Yellow. You can see around, just like a little shading going around here and in the middle down here. This is basically the Rebel Yellow. And before I put the transfer on now, I have sealed it with 1 coat of thank you, that's sweet, you're welcome, thank you for joining me, Manzur. So I hope I pronounced that right. Hi Sonia, hi Irina. Oh, that's great, everybody's there. So this is one of the new transfers by IOD. It is the Painterly Florals, which is basically like it's almost like a catalog, and we have different sheets with different flowers on there. We have the sunflowers, and I love sunflowers. I just love them. I love lavender. So those are basically, there's roses in there, but I'm not going to use those. I like roses, but not really in my kitchen. So those are quite cute. I quite like those also. But I'm gonna go for the lavender and the sunflowers. Why? I don't want to overload it. I've already done one of the cupboards, which is like a high tower. I've already finished that one. And as I said, when I work with matte colors like this, and I'm not sure if I'm going to like it, I just make 2 or 3 doors, and this is a 3rd door. I'm going to put it into the kitchen for a couple of days or weeks, whatever, just to make sure I really like it. But I can tell you right now, I do like it. I've got one finished, so I think this is going to stay. So I'm going to choose the flowers now. I'm gonna use this stem here. This is gonna go down here, and there we're going to apply the sunflower on. And I've put one coat of the top coat flat on there just to prepare it for the transfer. This basically depends which transfers you are working with. There are transfers they recommend to stick it straight away onto the surface, onto the chalk mineral paints, and others say you have to seal before you put it on. And IOD, Iron Orchid Designs, they recommend to seal it before you put it on so that the transfer adheres better. So now I'm going to choose if I'm going to use this one here or if I'm going to use that one there. I think I'm going to use this one. Sorry, that one. It's gonna go there. So I cut that out. This is the lovely thing about this transfer. There's like loads of flowers and stuff, and you can just like cut it out and use it up as you would like to have it. So let's see. Okay, I have this stem now. And I have this flower, and I'm going to put the stem basically behind the flower. So this is going to come down here. And as this is only coming down to here, Instagram, I'm going to move you over. You can see better. Sorry, you don't need to see me. So this is going to be like painted down to here because sunflowers are like going high. Okay. Just Google Iron Orchid Designs. So, or maybe one of the retailers is on in the US where you can get those. If you are over here in Europe, I carry those. And if you're in the US, maybe one of the retailers is on and can just like put your link in there if you carry those. Oh, hi, Amy. Thank you for joining me. Oh, Michelle is there also. So, the stem is going to go behind the flower basically. So I'm basically deciding where I want to have it now. This is going to go right up here. And I don't want to overload it with the flowers. So, okay. I'm going to start with the stem. I'm just going to leave that there where I wanted to have it. So, and the transfers come, they're on this clear sheet, and they have like a protective cover on the back. So now I've messed up my, if I want to have it, I think it's just about there. I'm going to layer that on there. And make sure that you take the protective sheet off just as you going to put it onto the surface, because if you touch it accidentally, it'll stick to your fingers also. So I'm going to, it's not straight. I always eyeball things. This doesn't need to be perfectly straight, but I want to have it pretty much straight going down. So, and then you have like this plastic stick, and you can just like easily rub it on. And when you start applying a transfer, there's different ways of doing it. Depends to your own preference. You can start in the middle and work your way up and work your way down. And you can start at the bottom, work your way up, and you can start at the top and work your way down. But you don't start at the top and do a little bit, and you start at the bottom and do a little bit, because it might happen that the transfer is just like slipping a little bit, and you may have like a wrinkle at the end in the middle. So where it meets up. And then you just rub it on. See, there was already enough because they stick pretty nicely. There's a little bit on the bottom there. If you lift it up, you see not everything is transferred. You just like lift it up, put it down again, and that was it already. So gone onto the surface. So now I'm going to put the sunflower on there. Beautiful. Who else likes sunflowers? Hello. Any top coat, Uschi. Any top coat. It doesn't matter which one. I used the top coat flat in this case, but you can also use the satin. You can use the gloss. So now I'm going to put that over the stem, right up here. That's where I want to have it. Put it down. The only sealer I wouldn't recommend getting in contact with any transfer is Gatorhide. I've heard about some issues. I never had some issues, but I would avoid Gatorhide to put in direct contact, aloe vera, in direct contact with the transfers. You can Gatorhide, as this is a kitchen surface. This will be Gatorhided, obviously, because I want to clean it and this is going to be used. But what I'm going to do, even after, before I seal it with Gatorhide, I will put another coat of the top coat flat in between them. And then you're fine. I've heard that somebody had issues that it lifted the transfer up, but this is just to make sure. And then you just rub it on there evenly with that stick. This is like, painting is also a sport. And everybody has like his own preferences, you know. There's like some people, you know, really do it from the middle to the outside with the transfer, going this way and this way and this way down. I decide where I want to start, and then I just go up. So then I check, lift it up, not transferred here. You can see when you lift it up that it's not transferred properly. You just put it back down and just, and if you have like an area where it's cut pretty close and you're scared that you're going to damage your paint underneath, you can take a piece of the used protective or transfer paper and lay it on this area and go from there. So this transfers pretty easily. Some areas to rub a little more. And you can see when the paper gets like milky, then it has transferred to the surface basically. And if there are some pieces at the end still missing, I'm not that much bothered because I quite like the imperfect look of those things. Oops. Slipping. Still some corners down there. Now it's gone. Now it's gone. Up. Let me see. Yeah. So. Okay. And the nice thing is that, you know, all those transfers and stuff, you know, they work beautifully with the Dixie Belle products together. And they basically oops, a little too much, put it back down. Let's see. Papers. that's it. All gone, all on the door. Yes, afterwards also top coat. We want them in the kitchen also. I think sunflowers and green is like a beautiful color for the kitchen. So, what do you think? You like it? So now I'm going to get my, I'm going to get my finishing pad, which I had laid down, but as per usual, hang on guys, I just gotta grab a new one. So, here we go. It's a good thing when you're a retailer, you've got them laying around everywhere. So, this is the finishing pad by Dixie Belle, and just to make sure, thank you Nina, just to make sure that it really has good contact with the whole surface, you just take your finishing pad, it's just like a spongy type of thing, and you just snuggle it onto the surface, just like this. I do it in a swirly motion. I'm especially going around all those edges, and also when you do that, when you put the transfer on there, you can see like a slight halo around the edges, and when you go around it with the finishing pad, this is disappearing completely, and the transfer is made really good contact with the surface. So there we go. This is a very important step. If you have any problems with your transfers lifting, most of the time the reason is that it hasn't been snuggled onto the surface properly. So there you go. So if you haven't got a finishing pad, you take the backing, it's canvas. I just have a small sheet here. Oh, there's the bigger one. You just take the backing where the transfer was on, and you use this to wipe it down. But with that finishing pad, it works really, really well. This is the best thing for me. So now I do want to have the stem going right down to the bottom. So this is we're going to paint this one now. I've got all the colors here. I've used with the piece itself, and I'm just going to mix that up, the colors up first. When you open them, just make sure that you mix them nicely, that all the ingredients in there get mixed up. Snuggle your transfer. Yes, Michelle, I'm always creating new words, but I have a good excuse. I'm German, so my wording is not perfect. I know that. So I'm just going to put like a little out on this plastic, on this paper tray. Don't need much. This is my colored green I'm going to use. I'm going to use my Rebel Yellow. I'm using some artist brushes for it also. So Rebel Yellow, beautiful yellow color. It looks like vanilla ice cream to me. It always makes me hungry when I see that. I have a desk that I'm working on. Mahogany. Oh yes, Boss Oh, still bleeding. This is very unusual. How long did you let the boss dry? Is it bleeding through the boss? Did you mix the boss up properly? There's like different reasons this can happen. So one reason for sure is when you haven't mixed the boss properly, so that also, you know, all products by Dixie Belle have to be mixed very nice or very good, so that all the ingredients with each other, so to say. And the other reason might be that it hasn't dried through properly. It could well be. So, yellow. I'm going to use kudzu also. I'm going to put all the greens in there, and then we see what we need. Kudzu is like a lighter but very nice, beautiful green. Go. And the last color is going to be evergreen, which is like a bright, froggy green. Boss was done 2 days ago. Well, this would be my only suggestion, that maybe it wasn't mixed properly. I had once a piece. I had to use 4 coats of Boss, because this was just like a permanent bleeder. But 4 coats has done the trick. Hi Zen, thank you. That's sweet. Hi Zorika. Hope I pronounced that correctly. Otherwise, Dixie Belle, do you have another idea if you have like such a heavy bleeder and the Boss is not working, apparently? So, got all the greens on here and the yellows, and I'm just gonna go for an artist brush. And I'm going to use, I'm using my artist brushes by, as Dixie Belle hasn't got some yet, I'm using my artist brushes from Da Vinci, which is like a German artist brush company, producer, so to say. So now I'm just gonna go down. Just going to continue that stem down. It doesn't need to be perfect, obviously, because the sunflower or the stems of flowers are never perfect. Well, they're perfectly beautiful, but they are not in a perfect shape or perfectly straight or something like that. Their beauty is always perfect. So let's go from there. A little bit of colored greens. Then I'm using the same brush because those colors got to be mixed. I'm going to come in with a little bit of the Rebel Yellow now. Put it on top. Just following down the stem. Coming up from the bottom. As I said, I'm mixing now the colors just to gonna come up here also a little into the original from the transfer. You can already see that it starts blending in. And basically do that till you get to a state where you like it. I think I'm going to leave the evergreen out. I think the colored green and the Rebel Yellow are doing a great job and blending in with that stem on top. So, more. Just think, let's see. Mix it a little. I think I might get some holy guacamole. That's yes, I will. Holy guacamole, where are you? Where are you? There you are. Because that's the undertone I can see in the stem. This is holy guacamole. Yes, that's gonna be perfect. I'm just going to get like a little of that. Also mixing it up. Okay. There you go. There you go. Just follow that down on the side here a little. Continue that stem down there. So, and then this is going to be waxed anyway, so this is going to blend in a little more also. And the reason I've chosen to wax that, I'm going to use black wax. I know I have to have it sit a couple of days before I can seal it then, but I want to age it a little with the black wax, as this gets like a very soft, you can see that's blended in now pretty much, just so that the stem goes down. So, okay. And for the, I'm going to let that dry now. And for the aging around the edges, as I said, I'm going to use the wax. Just going to close down my jars before I drop in. It looks 3D. Looks 3D, question mark. Okay. Does it look 3D or doesn't it? It is, well, it looks 3D to me. I don't know what the question means. Hi, Marsha. Thank you for joining. So, thank you, Ishi. Okay, for the aging around the edges, I've brought my Best-Time wax in black. As the piece is already sealed, when I work with dark waxes, I usually seal my piece, or I put some clear wax on there first, so I can control the dark or the colored waxes easier. You can put it on straight away onto the paints, but if you want to have control, I would either put a top coat underneath, or I would put, like I could touch it. Oh, okay, that's what you mean. Yes, it does, you know, that's gorgeous. Yeah. So, as it is already sealed, I'm not going to put anything else underneath. You can use, as I said, you can use a top coat, you can use the Best-Time wax in clear, you can use the easy peasy spray wax to do that. To get more control, there's like a top coat already on there, so I can go in there with the colored wax straight away. So this is the Best Name Wax by Dixie Belle in black. It is water-based, so that's the nice thing. You can paint over it at the end, so you can seal it also at the end with a top coat. That's the reason I'm using it. It's just going to take a couple of days to dry. But as this is like a plain surface, this is going to dry pretty quickly. If you have like ornaments and stuff like that, where you squash it in and enhance the low points, it may take a little longer because it's going to build up in those areas. But on this, it's not building up. You know, this is a flat surface. As this is a kitchen, I don't want to have it too intricate, and I didn't put any ornaments on there, something like that, because I want to have it easy to clean. Okay, this is the Belle brush by Dixie Belle, and I've marked it for what I'm using it, because I'm not, my wax brushes, I don't wash them out, I don't clean them. So I reuse them. I'll just take like the excess out and go from there. I'll put a little on there, as I'm going to work just with like a little wax, and I'm going to dab it in the lid just to get, I'm just going to, you know, move it nicely into the brush to have it covered. Thank you, Michelle. To have it covered evenly. So, and then I'm going to grab a cloth. Where is it? There it is. And I'm going to take off a little because I don't want to have too much on there. So I'm taking off a little of the wax, and then I'm just going to go just ever so lightly over those corner areas. You can see it is coming off there beautifully. And I'm going in a swirly motion, as I just want to work it into the surface just like a little bit. And this is just to give it a little more of this grungy, but I call my style, it's more like like a modern grunge, I would say, because I'm not having it mostly completely drippy or something like that, and I like to combine it with pretty modern things. Like I'm using those handles by, you know, they also came by IKEA, so they work, or they go pretty nicely with this thing. So I'm just feathering it on there. The brush is hardly touching the surface. I don't want to have too much on there. And when I go in a swirly motion, it gives like a little bit of a cloudy edge. It looks pretty, it looks pretty solid up there. It is cloudy here. So I'm just going to go around to the other side here. And I'm going to have a little more in the corner. So, and with the wax, I'm going to take that off a little. Just going to show you that corner up there. I've got my rack here, it's like a clean cloth, and I'm just ever so slightly, because I don't want to, I could take it all back, but I don't want to do. I'm just going to slightly move it in there. Actually, this is not a good choice. This has got like this got like a pattern, and the pattern is basically showing on there. I'll tell you what I'm going to use. I'm going to use one of my applicator pads. Applicator pads also come by Dixie Belle. They're nice and soft, and I'm going to use that. Yeah. Oh, that works. Look at that. That works absolutely beautifully. They're nice and smooth. So, and this is like taking off a little of the wax. And this works beautifully. I want to have a little more up there, you know, this is how you can control it. If you have no top coat on there, the chalk mineral paints, they are open porous. So they intend to grip and hold on to everything what touches them. So just gonna go like this, just like doing a little bit of shading and clouding up there. Yes, Dixie Belle applicator pads are brilliant. Oh, okay. But it's sold out in the US. So I'm just going to go around all those edges here. And this is basically how this is going to be finished at the end. And as I said, you can control it with the applicator pad or with a cloth or something like it. And this is just like giving it a bit of a grunge around the edges. And it looks pretty harsh on the video. It looks pretty soft here. So, and this is at the end going to be the finish I am going for, guys. So I don't want to take up too much of your time. As I said, this is a third door I'm doing. I'm going to leave those in my kitchen for whatever, a couple of days or, you know, a week or something like that to make sure if I really like it before I paint the whole kitchen in. But I quite like the yes, that green and stuff like that. That gives it a nice touch. So, as I said, this is blended in. There's going to be some wax over it in a minute when that has dried. And I'm going to put another coat of a top coat on there. Probably the flat again because I used it anyway. Let that dry and then I can seal it with Gator Hide to make it like nice and working for the kitchen. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope I could inspire you a little bit to go to a kitchen and do something or whatever. Use the greens from Dixie Belle. I hope you like green. I don't know, do you like green? Do you? Yeah, my name is Angela and I'm the owner of Creative Energy by Elfen and Helden. I'm a primary retailer for Dixie Belle over here in Frankfurt in Germany. It is about 20 to 10 over here now. So if you haven't done it, guys, pop over to my page, leave me a like there. Dixie Belle just popped in the link again. I thank you so much for joining me. You take care. You have a great morning, day, afternoon, evening, night, wherever you are watching from. I really appreciate you being with me. And if you watch replay, put hashtag replay in the comments. I will come back later to, or basically when you have questions and answer them later for you also. Guys, you take care. Thank you for joining me. And I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye-bye. Take care. Bye. You're welcome, Nina. Oh, I'm just going to get up here now. Yes, I will give Kiara a hug. She is she's sleeping on the window. She's sleeping on the heating. Hi to Florida. Hi and goodbye. Sorry, we're finished, Mandy. Good night to everybody. Cheers, guys. Bye.